I wanted to talk to you guys about something kind of big that happened to me that really changed my perspective on life. So I do struggle with mental health issues, and I'm very open about that, but physically I've been pretty healthy my whole life. I guess every time I talk, this dog goes crazy. So I guess being healthy most of my life kind of gave me a false sense of security. I'm 25 years old, or 24 at the time. What could possibly be happening to me? I just couldn't believe that I could be dealing with what I was really dealing with. So I'll get a little into telling my story about my near-death experience, and it might be interesting to see me say that with a straight face or with a smile, but it's truly changed my life for the better, and I'll explain why. I think to make this video a little less serious and a little less of me just sitting here talking to you guys, I will start to show you some of the things I've been doing since I've been healthy. You guys know that I'm a yoga instructor, and I obviously will have yoga be a big part of my life for the rest of it. But I've also started to swim and play basketball. So you might see some of that, or you might see some of my other mindfulness practices as I tell you my story. And if any of this is going to be triggering for you, you can go ahead and skip this one. If you've had a near-death experience, or maybe this is just something that is a sensitive topic, you can just stop the video here. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you even clicking on a video like this or listening to my story, and I hope that this can help someone. I really hope that it can encourage somebody to maybe go seek a doctor's help or advice if they're ignoring something. So if you've ever experienced any of the issues I talk about, or you have any unexplained health problems, go to somebody trusted. Go to a doctor, look into it, and make sure that you're heard. The true downfall of my health began in September 2020, when I just started to drop out of exhaustion every day by 11 a.m. I had severe anemia and no diagnosis when I began bleeding internally from what turned out to be a hemorrhagic ovarian cyst. I would continue to bleed for 5 months, going in and out of doctor's appointments, before I suddenly began experiencing the most extreme pain I've felt in my entire life. My entire left side of my abdomen and left side of my back were swollen and felt filled with fluid, almost like the feeling of a waterbed. I was keeled over in debilitating pain for several days before I decided to truly listen to my intuition and stumble into my doctor. She took one look at me and wrote me a referral to the ER, where I discovered I was in sepsis and my life was in danger. I spent the next week battling for my life in a daze that felt half real, medicated but still in immense pain, and having out-of-body experiences. After what seemed like an eternity of treatment and recovery, I made it out of the hospital and surgery was scheduled. They removed my ovary, which had been completely overtaken by an orange-sized ovarian cyst. Finally, I was on the road to recovery. After the required 6 weeks of rest, I began doing what little I could to move around. But what I realized quickly is how difficult it would be to return to my normal after so long. I couldn't control my body the same way that I used to, and I couldn't control my mind the same way that I used to either. I decided to live by a new motto, or mantra: sanity over vanity. It suddenly became my mission to be as grateful as possible for everything that I had, and it came easier than it had in a long time. I remember getting home from the hospital, putting my feet on my floor, and realizing how lucky I was to be there. And suddenly it hit me. I was scared too. I no longer had machines or nurses to ensure that I would stay alive. What would happen when I went to sleep that night? And I realized that's everyone, every single day. We have one life that we know of for sure. We have this one chance to live. So my near-death experience taught me the beauty of life in a time when I felt very defeated. Of course, I have to keep up with my mindfulness practices and writing down what I'm grateful for to kind of keep the feeling I had then. Everyone falls back into the patterns and routine of life, and even almost dying didn't magically fix anything about my pessimism or what I was going through. We can't ever forget to have gratitude for right now, because we never know what the next moment or day will be. And I don't think I'll be as afraid of failure anymore. There's so much I want to try and do, and I feel very blessed to have the chance to do anything. Giving in to my depression and ignoring my inner voice could have really hurt me. So now I vow to never let my inner voice go quiet ever again. I appreciate you, and thanks for watching.